Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings Today. We have a trending news here for you. And the headline of the news read, Federal lawmakers shakes Buhari's minister over the scam called National Social Investment Program. All right, but before we continue with details of the news and further analysis, if you've not subscribed to our channel, kindly do so by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. All right, let's look at the news in detail. Following allegation of a scam in the National Social Investment Program, a federal lawmaker, Ben Kalu, has further questioned the special advisor to the president on NSIP, Mrs. Mariam Wise, on the credibility of the implementation of the program. The Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development has earlier in April commenced the payment of conditional cash transfer to poor households in Abuja to assure the effect of COVID-19 lockdown. Kalu, who is the chairman of House Committee on Media, in an interview on Channels Television Breakfast Sunrise Daily on Thursday, said the federal government should be more transparent about how the money is disbursed by making public the names of the beneficiaries of the program. According to him, he said, "We are faced with a crisis. This is an intervention program. We are supposed to feel the impact now. The poor should feel the impact of this program. You said you shared money recently, and I represent a constituency, and there are 360 of us who are federal lawmakers, and all of them are saying we are not feeling the impacts. Who are you paying this money to? Where is the register you are using? How did you compute that register? Where are you publishing it?" Those were the questions that Kalu asked. He went further and said, and I quote, he said, "You said you paid 100 people from my constituency. We can't see them. Are they ghosts? Are you paying ghosts? Publish their names. Let us see the beneficiaries." In response, Owais also during the interview on Channel said the ministry worked with traditional ruler in identifying the poor household that benefit from the program. She added that the law FOI Act forbids making public the names of beneficiary of grant without their consent. Section 14 of the FOI Act says people who receive social grants should not be published or made disclosed without pre-consent, Owais said. The Senate President Ahmed Lawan and the Speaker of the House of Representatives Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila had earlier on Tuesday faulted the implementation of the program after a meeting with the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Farouk, in Abuja. They called for the immediate suspension of the register used for the scheme when they were informed by officials that accompanied the minister to the gathering that some 12 billion naira was being paid monthly for school feeding program without verification. My God. This is a serious issue. I see one of the ministries that I know that after this administration had passed, when they want to review performance, when they want to look at financial consumption, one of the ministries that I know that will be ticked as one of the corrupt ministry will be the Ministry of that Humanitarian Affairs. Because there's a lot of things that woman has done that I know very well that she has embezzled money. Sorry to say, or if she has not embezzled money, those with her, who are working with her, automatically they have embezzled money. And you know, the most painful aspect of this thing is the fact that we have Exp0se. We also have Exp0se, who can assist this kind of ministries during this period to tell them the formula with which they will carry out a transparent implementation of any form of cash transfer. Very transparent. Exp0se have a lot of accountants. They understand what fraud is all about, and they know ways in which they can use strategies, that they can adopt to mitigate any form of fraudulent activity in any of the ministry. And unfortunately, I'm so surprised that the federal government, when they are rolling out projects like this, they don't carry the EFCC along. They don't integrate them into the system. They don't bring them in and say, well, whatever you're going to do, walk along with EFCC so that they can guide you rightly, so that you can do your job very well. They refuse to bring them in. And they just dash out monies to these people just like that. How can you be telling Nigerians that on a monthly basis that you have been feeding children with 12 billion naira? Madam, who you they feed? You know waiting to a billion be? How can you tell Nigerians that you feed children with 12 billion naira? You they feed billions. Do you know what 12 billion is? What kind of food are they going to cook? And I have been privileged to go to schools, and I saw the kind of food that they brought. The food are just ordinary food. Sometimes they cook indomie, sometimes no egg. They just come to school, and you see the way this guy, on one occasion, I went to school, and it was actually government school. By the time I went there, and I went to do something, by the time I finished what I was doing, and I now saw the way those guys with bare hands were carrying meat and sharing into the hands of the children. I had to call one of them, and I told him, this is the poorest hygiene attitude I've ever seen. How can you, with your bare hands, be giving children meat? For what? Where did you even remove the hand from? What have you used the hand? Maybe you use it in driving down here, and you use bare hands again to give them, without considering the fact that you can infect them with any kind of bacteria. By the time I finished talking with him, he was a little bit conscientious, and he now put on gloves and started sharing it with group. These are the things we are saying. Now, I looked at the food that they give to the children, even my own children. If I had the way in those kind of publics, I wouldn't allow them to eat that kind of food. And you are telling Nigerians that on a monthly basis, you spend 12 billion naira. They should stop it. Nigerians don't want it again. Go even down to those public schools. Look at the health of the children and look at their health and look at the amount spent. See if there is any correlation in terms of, this food that we have been giving to the children have improvement. And guess what? From the one when they roll out this project, I personally did not want it. I personally had spoken against it. Reason is because that's not just the right way to fix things. If you are intending to roll out a project like this, first of all, you look at the caregivers. Forget going to the school to give children food. That's not important. Look at the caregivers and ensure that they are being trained in different kind of trades. And then you fund it. Make sure that for the period of time you are going to fund them with little capital for them to, kickstart their life. You keep away, or anything like taxation should be, keep aside. They shouldn't bring in any form of tax to them. Now, look at the case. We are during this period of COVID-19. So much money has been released to humanitarian thing. Accountability zero. The woman she doesn't even give you an opportunity for you to account, for them to account for the monies that they have been given. Nigerians have given out so much money, palliatives for them to share among Nigerians. Accountability zero. How can you tell Nigerians that with your bare hand you were sharing 2.something billion naira to how many people? My sister. 5,000 naira. You are sharing it to how many people? How easy it is. If it took this country not less than 2 or 3 years for them to share a voter's card of 2 million to people, and then you are telling us in a single 24 hours you are able to share 2.something billion naira. How? Do you know what 2.something billion naira is? And guess what? When she brought out some of the money when they brought out the money, I noticed that those monies that they brought out was 500 naira, which meant for every 5,000 naira they are giving out 10 pieces. So imagine the speed you are going to use in counting it and then giving to the people. How do we even know? How do we know the people, that you are giving this money? They said, FOI Act provides that you shouldn't publish the names of those who are enjoying any social grant and all of that without their consent. Our people say you should publish our name. That is what the people are saying. Publish our name. I think that is what the senators should go out and do so that they can help fix this issue once and for all. They should go back to their constituency and say, give me consent letter, all of you. That all the traditional ruler on behalf of the people have given us a consent letter that anytime you give our people money, publish the name, the phone number, so that we can carry out our own investigation. Because it's a way of stealing money. I can assure you that at the end of this administration, one of the departments that must be subjected to interrogation and review and audit is that humanitarian? Because that woman, the woman has touched money. She has eaten enough money. Nigerians are even tired of her strategy. We are so tired. We talked about cash transfers. During this period, Nigerians need to, at least you need to upgrade them. At least you need to help them financially by giving them cash transfer. Cash transfer, as far as I'm concerned, no matter how lowly placed someone is, at least a member of the family should have an account number. Okay, bring us the names of the people who are the poorest among your communities. The traditional ruler will go out and ensure those names come. And when those names are given to you, you now say, please, can I see those people? Please make sure that all of them open an account. They are pre-generated account numbers in the bank. Pre-generated. Sometimes even you go online, so even you can even help bring in a member, a staff of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, who will come with his own phone or with his own laptop and be opening accounts for them, as many as possible. Let the money be thrown in. They go and update, give your passport and the rest, so that they will update the account and you can withdraw the money. It would have been done like that. Stay at home, pre-generated account numbers, so that you generated it immediately and start transferring money into those accounts. That is the way to solve this problem. But yet, we'll be hanky-panky. The people are complaining bitterly. I believe that some of these federal lawmakers, they are being fired every day with, text messages from their own people. We are dying. Go to social media, see how people... when they talk about federal government money... since I was born, the only time I enjoyed it was when I went for service. Since I was born till today, I've never enjoyed anything from federal government, not even one. That's why when I hear of this cash transfer and all of that, kobo, I've never. The only time I said I tested federal government money was when I went for service. That was the only time I tested it. Ever since that time till today, they say they do this. I'm just wondering, where are they doing it? Because some of us are very careful so that we don't put our hand in nonsense. Where are they doing it? How transparent is it? No way. You can't even see anybody anywhere. But you just say the next thing, say 5 billion naira has been spent on who? Look at Nigerians. They are still poor, complaining on a daily basis. And you are claiming that you are paying. I pray that the lawmakers will wake up from their responsibility. Wake up and make sure that they do the right thing to correct these thieves that are around claiming to be holy people. They should correct them and make sure that they are brought to book. And guess what? My recommendation is that they should suspend this National Social Investment Program. Suspend it immediately until there is a strategic way of handling things, where it will be clear to every eyes that truly you have been doing something here. And it should be done in such a way that they should go back and rewrite that FOI Act or whatever they call it. They should rewrite it again, that from now henceforth, all those who are beneficiary of the cash transfers, their names must be published on a national daily, so that the government can say, yes, these are the people we have touched lives. I think that's where we are going to leave it. Go to our comment section. What do you think about what I call it a scam? That scam called National Social Intervention, National